So, it's been quite a long time since I've had anything to talk about, but I was trying to come to terms on what I wanted to talk about, if I wanted to be a daily thing, if I wanted to just talk about the things that I feel passionate about, and I think I'm going with the latter. We're gonna go into the Daddyofive scandal, blow up, whatever you want to call it. Abuse, not abuse, P.S. it is abuse. If you don't know about it, I'll kind of be talking about it. Now, the timeline for me is a little wonky. I first found out about this via MrRepzion's live stream 2 or 3 days ago. In it, I was appalled by the behavior, and it was just the 2 videos that he showed, the invisible ink prank and then the tablet prank, and both of them are equally terrible, but for slightly different reasons. Now, in the invisible ink prank, it is the parents against the children. The parents instigate it, the parents ramp it up to 11, and they keep it going on for about a good 5 minutes. Now, not only do they target Cody, the youngest, but they also target one of the other children and bring him in on it. And the one thing that I really do not like about this is because these children know they didn't do it, but I have this problem a lot where I doubt if I'm remembering things correctly, where someone will say I did something and then I'll start to think, oh, did I do that? Did I actually do that? And I'm afraid of this happening to these children, particularly Cody, where he seems to be confident in his memory, but from being traumatized after time, yes, you did do this, yes, you didn't do this, he's gonna doubt himself more than anything, not to mention his family. One of the scariest things is that they bring in the other child, right, and then they berate Cody and berate the other child, and they keep going with it, and then all of a sudden, they reveal the prank. And usually in pranks, it's like, oh my god, you got me so good, wow, this is great, oh man, I thought I was done for. But the children do not do any such thing. They do not smile, they do not even laugh, they don't even look the least bit pleased with what has just happened. Not to mention that they won't, like, Cody is staring dead in his parents' eyes, and the other kid is just looking off, just upset, betrayed. Like, these are all young children that are in their prime developmental stages, especially Cody and the younger 3 children. I think Cody, there was one of the other children, and then Emma, which is the girl, but we don't really see that much from her. Now, I wanted to talk about how the parents react at the end of the video. And yeah, you can say, well, they ended the video there and we didn't see what happened after. Well, to me, it doesn't matter what happened after. It matters what they show. It doesn't matter if they are the happiest loving family. It doesn't matter. And honestly, like, we can surmise from these videos that this goes on daily. They are being pranked, they are being joked about, and my family used to prank me when you would go in the bathroom and take a shower. They'd shut off the light, but then they'd come back in and turn it on. They wouldn't let you, like, stand in the dark. Or my dad's favorite prank would be to take a cold cup of water and drop it over the shower curtain as I was taking a shower. My sister was taking a shower, and yeah, I did that to my sister too. But it was just quick little things, We did the Nair and shampoo, we did stuff like that, we hid people's toys and stuff like that. But this is like such berating, and they turn it up to 11 even before it even starts. How you start the prank is her yelling at them, her screaming at them, them both just overreacting, and that makes the kids respond in that manner. If they had said, hey Cody, can you come up here a second? What's this? What did you do? Then that'd be a little bit different, but they go to the extreme, and for these children, that's normal. This is their normal. And my thing is that it would have been nice, I guess, at the end of that prank to see, like, maybe the mom or the stepmom, as it's come out, hug Cody or say, I'm sorry. It doesn't ever seem like there's any apologies given when the pranks go too far and make the kids really upset. I mean, there's several times where Cody becomes red in the face and is just he's like about to burst a fucking blood vessel because he's just so upset, and the only way he can get it out is by screaming and holding it in. And the second prank is where the dad, Michael, gets his older son, his eldest I think, involved on that prank. And that sets a standard for how you interact not only within your family, but with others, because families are your roadmap to how to interact with other people. They're your first contact with other people. That's why it's important to, you know, introduce them to external family, to introduce them to strangers as soon as possible, to get them comfortable with their surroundings and with other people. And the family has a huge role in how you interact without your life from that point. And I really wanted to stress the point of making your son destroy his little half-brother's Xbox for no reason is not funny. It's not funny to instigate that. Not to mention that the father goes over there and unplugs the Xbox or not the Xbox, the tablet, but he unplugs the Xbox because Cody's just playing it normally. It doesn't make sense to instigate that. And not to mention he allows his eldest child to hit the boy. He allows his fucking 15, 7, 16, however old he is, he's much older than Cody, he allows him to hit him, and yeah, Cody hits him first, or Cody hits back, but he's the smallest, he's 7, he's taking his cues from his parents too. And as I'm looking at all this, and more is coming out, and more is coming out, and more is coming out, I'm glad I didn't talk about it that first night, because now I have more information, I have more story, I have more evidence that this isn't just a simple fake prank channel, or this isn't just a happy, fun-loving family. Now, I think it's Chambers of My Heart, or Chambers of the Heart, I apologize if I mess up your name, I probably did. Basically, she reached out to a woman who claims to be their real mother, and she goes by the name of Rose, and she got them taken away, allegedly illegitimately, and there's claims of frauding the paperwork, making Emma, the daughter, lie to police about there's abuse in the home and that she's hurting herself, things like that, and a judge was biased against people with mental issues, hearing that they got confidential records about the mother. And the one thing that scared me the most was that the mother said that they look like they've lost weight. They look skinnier than they had been when she'd been with them. And that might be the case. I don't know. I haven't seen any photos of the kids. I only see what's on YouTube, and boy, are they taking down those videos lightning fast. So hopefully I can get these videos up fast enough. But another thing is that this isn't just 2 instances. This isn't just 3 instances. This has been going on for about 9 months now. And arguably longer, if that. I grew up in a toxic home, a home that there was yelling, there was fighting, my dad drank a lot, my mom would have, my mom is bipolar, so it was very volatile, there was yelling, kicking, screaming, throwing things, and that stuff has an effect on you. Like, I am grateful for my grandmother for helping to raise me, and turn me out to be a decent person. The point is that being yelled at, being told you're worthless, being told you're a piece of shit does have an effect on you. And I remember one video where Cody's just come home from school and he said, I had a good morning, but his dad doesn't care. It doesn't matter what you do, it's not enough. It doesn't matter if you had a good 2 days. That 3rd day's bad, it's like you might as well just given up already. And he's 7 and he's living through this. And I also wanted to bring up how it's been going on and other children have been involved, and like Emma, her brother slapped her because they were playing a game in which they set up the scenario that you had to slap the person if they lost, which is just irresponsible. Not to mention the father has kicked and punched and pushed his youngest child around. Not to mention the fact that the stepmother seems to not give a shit about the kid. She's so careless and so nonchalant about the kid being upset and crying, and she's laughing in his face. That's not okay. Not to mention that it's already been so bad that people have already investigated. Like, they say that, like, oh, well, who cares? It doesn't matter if you've been investigated once or 7 times, you're always going to be on their radar. It doesn't matter if it was for, oh, someone saw a bruise on their back. You don't get out of it now. You don't go away, they don't file, they don't burn your file. They're going to come back, and they're going to come back, and they're going to come back. Now, the one thing that needs to change is child abuse laws in the state of Maryland and abroad, if more states are like this, which I think they are. Abuse is more complicated now. And yeah, you might be saying, well, we're making kids too weak, but I don't think so. People are taking advantage of this. The only way that abuse is characterized in Maryland is if you beat your kid with a stick or you sexually abuse them, which is obscene to me. You can beat your kid to a pulp, but as long as you use your hands, that's corporal punishment, and that is not okay. But I'm really passionate about this because I was basically emotionally and mentally abused for most of my life. Told that I was shit, told that I meant nothing, told that I'm a loser spending all day in my computer, you know? Why don't you have friends? Why aren't you normal? It really grates on you. And yeah, I'm 23 now. I was back before I was 17. But it still has that effect on me. I still think, I'm a loser. All I do is spend all day on the computer. You know, I have to do something with my life. I have to get a job. I have to do this. I have to do that. But imagine being 7 and you have no escape. You have no escape. And the worst part of this is that they're incentivizing it. And that they're normalizing it with the gifts and the presents, and it reminds me of a sick pervert that does something to a kid and then takes them out for ice cream. Or, you know, dad beat you too much, so let's go to Toys R Us and you can have anything you want. That give and take is not healthy. That smack with the one hand, give with the other hand, that video where he hides the Xbox and then just presents it to him as he's crying, that is messing him up. When you're in that much of a rage that your face goes completely red and you can't control yourself, you don't need to have things shoved in your face. And that's the thing that this family doesn't realize, is that they are flaming that fire. They are instigating everything that makes him matter and then laughing at him or getting mad at him for reacting the way he is when they're the ones that are creating this environment. Because children learn from their environments, they learn from their parents, and they think that this is normal, and it's not. And I, for one, am glad that they've gotten 2 of their videos taken down. I am split on the decision to have their channel removed, because if it's not on YouTube, it falls out of the radar, and if we let this happen where they get removed and it's like, yay, we won. We did not win. We just took it out of our eyes. We can't watch them anymore. We can't be vigilant. We can't know what they're going to do now. Yeah, the incentive's gone because the money's dried up. I am so torn on this because I don't want these kids being brainwashed, abused, basically terrorized. They don't know if it's going to be a prank. They don't know if it's going to be real. They don't know if they're being called up and being yelled at because of something they did do or didn't do. They don't know if something's going to be broken only to be replaced. Like, Cody says it himself in one of the videos, I don't know if I can even trust you. And when your child loses trust in that core, because your family, your parents are that core. Your brothers and sisters are that core. You rely on them. They're your fallback. And when that is so when that is so damaged that a child cannot trust their family, that is worth looking into, and that is worth re-examining very harshly. Because that just doesn't happen because, oh, we played a prank once. This is like ongoing traumatic stuff. This is traumatic. It doesn't matter if he plays the same prank 20 minutes later, or if he does this, or if he says, yeah, it's fine, put it on YouTube. It is traumatizing him over and over. You are allowing your child and laughing and taking joy out of your child being upset. And then you're profiting off of it. And then you're incentivizing it to do it again. And that's a cycle of abuse right there. I don't know why there's fans of theirs, why the Daddyofive family and fans are happy with this behavior, why they say it's okay. Maybe they're the people that would like to beat their kids if they had any. I despise every adult in that house. Now, Do I think that they mean to be like this? No. I think that they are taking it too far. I think they are not thinking, they're not realizing what they're doing to their children. I think they're ignorant. I think they're ill-informed. I think they are just thinking that it's okay because it's pranks and it's for YouTube and it's good time. But the one thing that really showed me the light, and maybe there's something to be salvaged here, maybe someone will learn a lesson, is Michael's reaction to when Cody can't go to Disneyland. And yeah, it's not the best reaction, and that's not heartwarming or anything, but the guy really does seem upset that his kid isn't allowed to go. Like, he genuinely is just pissed, he's repressed, he can't express himself because the fucking cow says, well, it's his fault, too bad, don't feel bad because he did this. And he's just like, well, you know, he's my kid, he should go. Obviously, the woman doesn't care. It's clear as day to me. Yeah, she says that, oh yeah, I'll miss him. No, you won't. He's not your kid. The other kids are yours. Yeah, you're taking Emma because she's cute and you don't have any daughters. But you don't care about that kid. He's different. He's crazy. No, he's not. He's being created to be this way because you guys are teaching him terrible coping mechanisms. Not to mention that his siblings, his half-siblings, are allowed to wail on him almost with impunity. His big brother slams a fucking 7-year-old down on the ground. What does the brother do? Does he get yelled at? No, it's for the fucking prank, so let's laugh it up. Do you think they get scolded like Cody does? I haven't seen a video yet. There's a prank where they smash the kid's iPhone, but it's fake as day. And the best part about it is that they came out and said, oh, it's all fake. No, it's not. It's not fake. I firmly say it's not fake. I was hoping out for hope, but I've seen too many videos, too many signs that this shit isn't fake. Like, what? Did you write in the script to kick your kid in the nuts? Did you write in the script that your brother would hit him and then Cody would hit him back? Did you write the push into the bookcase? Like, did you write him running into you? Like, how far does it go then? And then is that worse? And honestly, I almost think that that's worse. Being told to behave like that. It's kind of scary. And the kids are so misinformed and brainwashed almost that they think abuse is just being beat on. And they think that they're not being abused because they have stuffed animals and they have Xboxes and they have toys. Like, that is a abuser's dream family, to where you can just buy them a shit ton of things and they'll think, this is great. As long as we're getting things, this is great. Who cares? You can fucking beat me up, and as long as I get a stuffed unicorn, I'll be fine, I'll be good to go. And I just really wanted to talk about this. I really wanted to get some perspective in my own opinions, my own experiences, and if anyone out there is reeling from this, has dealt with things like this, you can come out of it, you can grow from it in spite of it, and you can become a very strong individual despite your upbringing. Your upbringing isn't determinant on your future. It isn't determinant on where you'll end up. As long as you take control, you can do it, anything you want, and that's what I've learned. But yeah, hopefully I'll post another video soon. If this goes elsewhere, we'll see. Hopefully it goes in the right direction for the children. I don't give a rat's ass about the parents. What's best for the children is what needs to be discussed now. And I wanted to thank Suit Yourself for the compilation videos he's putting out. I wanted to thank Chambers of my heart. And I wanted to thank DeFranco for reporting this, and MrRepzion, who first brought my attention to it. You guys are great. Thank you for keeping the conversation going, and we need to keep the conversation going. And that's the only reason why I'm talking about this now. We need to keep talking about it. We can't let it fade away. We can't let it just go down, you know, the YouTube thing until the next thing pops up and we all get distracted. This is abhorrent behavior that cannot be tolerated on YouTube. I can't even talk about it anymore. So yeah, guys, thanks for watching. Bye.